Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome to Scarlet Hollow, a horror visual novel written by award-winning graphic novelist Abby Howard. The second episode, episode 2, was sent for me to review by the developers Black Tabby Games, and since the first episode is free to play on Steam and has very good reviews, I thought we would play through both episodes in chronological order and see what happens. This game, from the descriptions I have read and the description the developers have on Steam, suggests that this is a very choices matter visual novel. Characters react to your decisions, and your decisions have an impact upon the world. This is going to be a horror game, so this is a bit outside my comfort zone. For some of you who know the games I play, one of the underlying themes is that I tend not to really like horror as a rule. Even stuff like Stalker Out of Chernobyl, I didn't like horror. So let's dive in, and I'm probably going to be pretty disturbed or scared. Let's see what we get. Your name is... Let's go with... There's no gender, so we don't know what our gender is. Let's go with... What's a good horror sounding name? Let's go with Jason. Yeah, we'll go with Jason. You live in the city of... Well, I'm a Cornish-knight, so let's put in Truro, which is the capital of Cornwall. And let's see what way gender. Well, we actually, this is interesting. They're offering us what gender nouns you want to use. Select pronouns: they, them, she, her. Let's go he, him. Select 2 traits. Traits unlock additional paths of dialogue. Powerful build. Mystical, let's say. Powerful build. Strong athletic. Pinnacle of fitness. Can shotgun a root beer in 3 seconds. Mystical, strange, and unusual. You see the threads of reality in a way others cannot. Talk to animals. You can talk to animals. Animals can talk to you. A gift and a curse. Street smart. Smells BS. Also good at BS. Knows all can hold you. Keen eye. Observant. Pick up on vibes. Understand others' perceptives. Book smart. You know a lot of fun facts. Research is your favourite activity. Straight A student. Hot. Attractive, charming. People want to be either with you or be you. We'll go with I'm going to probably go with powerful build, and we'll go. Let's see. Keen eye. Like, maybe worked on the farm, and we notice a lot of stuff. We don't know. Like in Cornwall, there's a lot of walking, probably athletic walking around Cornwall a lot, and keen eye, like picking up all the interesting things that go on in our home city of Truro, all the interesting little bits and pieces hidden away. Let's go with that. Keen eye and powerful build. Or street smart, perhaps. Yeah. Let's go with. This is a hard choice. There's so many interesting ones, especially in games like this. Now, in case we need to run away, notice stuff and we're good at running away. In case there's like horror stuff, let's do that. Running away is always a smart thing to do. So be keen eye, and powerful build. Let's go. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump, and you feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off. And now here you are, awake again and still exhausted. What's this? Journal, backpack, save, settings. Let's see. Okay, dialogue history. We've got the menu here. Preferences, accessibility. Preferences, yeah, it's settings. We can go full screen, widescreen, skip text, volumes, all that stuff. Accessibility, we can change it from openly dyslexic for text, which is nice. Makes it a bit more easy for people with dyslexia to read. Different self-voicing, text size, line space scalings. We've got a backpack with nothing in it. We can save. Yeah, let's save. And obviously then we have the menu. Okay. Okay, so we're still exhausted. For a moment you are hazy on the details of what exactly here is, confusing this bus with many others that came before it, but as your mind continues to reset its existence into the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. A long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops and seedy depots that felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself travelling like this, but your cousin brought the tickets. The funeral of her mother, your aunt, seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. Fortunately, the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost at Scarlet Hollow. The stranger. So anyway, as I was saying, the stranger says, oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought he was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversations ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff, you know, pushing joggers into the harbour, that sort of thing. Okay, so giving us an option. He pushes people into the river fun. Wait, what do you say? Pushing joggers into the harbour? Yeah, you know, teen stuff. So this girl comes up to us swinging her purse, yelling about how she was going to call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend and he said it hurt a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. So as she kept swinging, soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbour all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked, so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became my girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year, so it's pretty serious. Although about 5 months ago she tried to break up with me, like for real, and geez, you ever get so mad you just want to kill somebody? So we can go, yeah, threaten. I feel like killing someone right now. I never felt that way, no. Oh yeah, all the time. What's wrong with you? Smile and pretend he just didn't. Smile and pretend he just didn't say that. No, let's be honest. Like, I never felt that way. No, I have never wanted to kill anyone. You say. Ah, you're young. You'll get it when somebody tries to break your heart someday. It changes a person, makes them think things they never thought they could. Honestly, I honestly could have killed that woman. Anyway, she gave birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm like into that stuff, so I might just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Yeah, let's go with Keen Eye. Do you love her enough to make this work, you say? You were so worked up by the thought of losing her that you wanted to kill her, but now that she's giving birth to a child you created together, you're planning to run off? Even if you love her, think about what that love is like. Think about whether that love is strong enough that you'd be able to handle raising a kid together. Think about how your actions are going to affect his life, and whatever removing yourself would be better for him in the long run. The stranger, oh yeah, good stuff to think about. Anyway, so he's doesn't really care what we're saying. He just wants to basically tell his own side of the story. Anyway, where'd you say you were headed? I didn't. It's a small town, you probably haven't heard of it. Just a small town, you probably haven't heard of it before. Ah, that's probably Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Hollow as they call it in these parts. That's the only other stop until the bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I know almost nobody ever gets up that way up that way. Well, actually, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to look for work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the hollow, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do this kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while. Now that I think about it, I should see if they're on Facebook, see how they're doing up there. Hope they're not, they didn't die. The stranger laughs. He looks back at his phone for once, focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me. It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. The stranger rifles his bags, potentially with a dripping bag of peanuts. They're boiled peanuts. Got them at the gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they're dripping all over my bags. I don't want to carry them anymore. Powerful build. Protein is protein. You mutter. I didn't build up these muscles by turning down free protein. You take the wet peanuts from the stranger. It's been several hours since you had any protein, which is several hours too many in your book. You tear into them immediately, not even bothering to remove the cells, as you chew for fistfuls of soft legume. In a few moments they're all gone. The stranger, I figured someone like you would get some good use out of them. And with that I leave you. Safe travels, friend, the stranger says. Just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep, you mutter to yourself. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow. End the line, the driver declares. Almost there, you think. The bus finally comes to a stop, its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of Scarlet Hollow's bus station. Well, the sign reads bus station, but calling it feels disingenuous. At best it's a kiosk, though for a small town like this you are amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the door behind you and starts the engines, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, leaving you and this place behind. Hey Jason, declares someone who comes walking over. You instantly recognise the worn young woman from a few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha, and she looks annoyed to be here. Let's go like powerful build, go in for a firm handshake. Tabitha. You make direct eye contact, straighten your back and send your right arm. She holds out her hand limply in response. You grip it and squeeze it, shaking it. Very professional. Tabitha lip curls in disgust. She pulls her hand back quickly, covertly wiping it on her pants. She turns towards the car. Come on, let's go. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions you to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusky relic. Let's see if we can actually read the text before we go. So it's schedule. Arrivals Mondays, 11 a.m. Departure Mondays, 10. Is it, no, it's yeah. It looks like 11:01 a.m. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as he focuses on the road. Tip: dialogue options labelled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Remain silent. Explore. Let's see. Have we actually met, you say? Have we ever actually met before? I'm pretty sure this is the first time, right? Yep, says Tabitha. You have your mum to thank for that. Or I had, I guess. Is there bad blood between us? You have your mum to thank for, or I had, I guess. Is there bad blood? Yes. Is there bad blood between us, you say? I'm sorry, but is there bad blood between us? All I know is that my mum left and she was mad at this side of the family, but I don't know much besides that. Your cousin stares ahead, her expression icy. Explore. So, the funeral, you say. So the funeral is on Sunday, right? Yeah, like I told you. Open casket, embalming, reception. I'm not going to do that one. Need any help? Yes, he doesn't seem to be the type that likes. I don't think it's a good idea to say, geez, it's almost a whole week. Need any help planning? Open caskets, reception. Let's just go open casket. Yeah, let's go with that one. Open casket, embalming, reception. Have you all worked all the details? Yep. Yep, taking care of it. Don't need any help. Tabitha says straight ahead. Her express intense and icy. Let's probably not go with. I guess we're both members of the Dead Mother Club now. Her, yeah. Let's go with how are you holding up? How are you holding up? You say, fine. Let's go with keen eye. Are you sure? You seem tense. You say. Are you sure you're so right? You seem tense. You know you can talk to me, right? I went through something similar when my mum passed. She tensed up even more at the mention of your mum for letting out her Visay. Maybe it's a sore spot for her. You quickly apologise. I'm sorry. I know it's probably not what you were looking to hear from right now. Look, I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine, really. Tabitha stares straight ahead, expressing tense and icy. And yeah, I'm not going to go with that because it seems that my mother is like a sore spot for her. So let's just remain silent. You decide to sit silently because of the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is, the Scarlet Estate. It's seen better days. Its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in grey cities. Your mother told you at this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined didn't quite compare to what's in front of you, a jarring blend of opulence and ruin. As you stare at it as it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like something that should have been left to rot long, long ago. I do love the art style. As soon as you enter, you are hit with a blast of dusty air. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you have been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear the doors creak on its hinges and aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Tabitha, welcome to our family's humble estates. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen, and hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know where it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. We can go. So you live here. It's beautiful. You lie. It's beautiful. The thing is, like, it's obviously like very run down, so there's no point lying. Let's go. So you live here. So you live here, you say. Yeah, and I'm getting to stay, and I'm letting you stay here for free. So mind your manners, or did your mother not teach you about those? So we take a tour. Follow me. So you put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Jenny. I wouldn't recommend socialising with her. She talks your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Tip: some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Is there someone in town to buy food? I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere else in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online though, so I wouldn't be going there with you. But I'm your guest. General store, how folksy. Oh, I didn't actually budget for groceries this week. Sweet, thanks, you say. Sweet, thanks. Cool, good talk. Explore. It's nice, you say. This is so nice. It's so much bigger than what I'm used to in the city. Is that a kitchen island, you say? It is. Thank you. Awesome. I love PB&J. Yeah, let's go. Awesome. I love PB&J. Awesome. I love PB&J. How do you know it was one of my favourites? Smile can't be real. That damn smile. I didn't, but good for you. Alright, what's next? Alright, what's next on the tour, you ask? Bathroom, follow me. Great, it's been hours since I've gone. As two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Is that your cat, you inquire? Is that your cat? What's its name? Frou Frou. Do not try and pet her. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. Leave the cat be. You decide to follow Tabitha's advice. Shall we move on? The bathroom awaits. Normally, with cats, in my experience, if the owner of the cat tells you the cat will tell you it wants to be pet, then yes, you pet it. If not, do not touch the cat. So move on. The bathroom awaits. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights, it'll be easier to navigate the spaces, but for the time being, you'll feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to sew. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. It's a nasty, wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in corners of the room, and mysterious stains paint the floor. Who exactly uses this bathroom? Who exactly uses this bathroom? Tabitha. Guests. Wait. Are you sure this toilet works? Yes, why wouldn't it? The water bills get paid, therefore the toilet works. Now do your business so we can move on. Okay, remain silent. You stare silently at the monument task in front of you. Lift the toilet seat. Bugs glitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. Used facilities. Toilet so it is. It could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and it's a good place at any. You do what you must from enjoying your cousin out in the hall. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop on the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before clambering the stairs and reaching the guest room. The room smells dusty, mildew, wood rot is all. It has it all. A week of sleeping in this place might give you a permanent lung damage. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I've had Jenny wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour roundabout her kid to get her to do it, so you better be grateful. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser it should be empty. What's up with all the boxes? Keen eye. What's with all the boxes, you ask? Old family stuff. Offer to help move the boxes. Why not? Do you need help moving them? No, but I appreciate the offer. Explore this room is amazing. What a great room. It's very nice. It's way nicer than I'm used to. I can't say I'm surprised. Each and every piece of furniture in this room is a genuine antique handed down through the family for generations. This is not an IKEA bedroom, and whatever such nonsense you're used to in the city. Who used to sleep here? You inquire. When this house is almost 150 years old, many people have slept here, and now you'll sleep here. Carry on. The final edition of bedrooms being slept in. I guess I'll start to get settled. I guess I'll start to get settled, you say. Follow me, I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. Tip. Some dialogue options will only open in just the conversation path, some right away, others down the line. Let's go with Keen Eye. There is bad blood between our mums, but there doesn't have to be between us. Let's go with that one. I don't know what happened when your mum left, but it has nothing to do with you. To do with me. You asked me to come here, but you're acting all pissed off that I actually came. Can't we just start fresh, now that it's just us? Tabitha glares at you. Okay, I'm sorry, it's been testy since you've got here. So I've been testy since you got here. You've been an unacceptable guest. I'm just under a lot of pressure right now. Please just stay out of my hair until later, okay? I have work to do, she says. What kind of work do you do? You inquire. What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mum, it requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you don't keep me for long. I didn't know we owned a coal mine. We don't own the coal mine. I own the coal mine. Your side of the family forfeited any claims to it years ago. I think probably can I come and watch is probably a bad thing since she's busy. Let's see, so what options do we have? Good for you, sounds boring, kind of sad, that's kind of sad. Gross, go boss. Let's go with that's kind of sad. Don't you ever think about what things you could have been doing in your life that might give you a better sense of purpose than running a coal mine? Some of us don't have the luxury of choice, Jason, says Tabitha. Some of us have to stick around to keep the family business from crumbling, to keep this town from crumbling. Some of us had to temper our expectations for how our lives were going to go. There's a simple satisfaction of getting a task done, and that's all I need. Do whatever it is you want to do while I'm gone. Just don't do anything dumb or dangerous, not while I'm responsible for you. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back, you say. Alright, I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to be done this week. You guys leave for the front door. And now it's just you and the sprawling, decrepit estates. Yeah, like, I've been told not to go to the Forbidden Wings of the estate. Let's, like, a PB&J sounds great right now. Let's grab a sandwich. The only thing that you've eaten on this past 8 hours are boiled peanuts you've got from that strange young man on the bus. Suffice it to say, you're still hungry, and a PB&J sounds like exactly what you need to take the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of this place, but aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. To get started, you probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, plates, and a knife. Let's search the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note labelled to the door. Jenny, stay out. In all caps, below is a separate handwriting. Other words, okie dokie. You open the fridge, you already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handles. She asks us not to eat the ice cream. Check the mayonnaise. Well, we wanted to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So let's take the jelly. You reach out for an unopened jar of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief and you realise it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in the kitchen that Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, bread, and some peanut butter. Better close this fridge and keep looking. Okay. Let's search the cabinets. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps the dishware, and oddly enough, the utensils. So there's shot glasses, there's glasses. Examine the mug. It reads, I was blown away at a blowing rock North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually travelled sometimes, even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see a local sites before heading home. Examine the shot glass. It reads, I survived Debbie's 50th. Your aunt's name was Perlina, so this wasn't her 50th. From a few stories you've heard of your mum, Perlina wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Keen-eye, maybe it belongs to Jenny. Sounds like a good idea. You imagine she might need an alcoholic beverage to get through cleaning this place, especially if Tabitha's sour face peering over her soda. Let's grab a plate. Let's grab a Is there something on there? Grab a bowl. You reach for the bowl, but as you pull it down, a blend of vinegar and dead moss splashes onto you, immediately staining your shirt. On the back of the bowl, there's a note that reads, "Moth trap, do not touch." Your shirt is now unpleasantly wet. You probably change it into something cleaner before leaving the house. Okay, grab a plate and butter knife. Grab a plate and a butter knife. All you need now is peanut butter and some bread. Right. Let's see. Let's check the pantry. Tabitha Saw loves to make her mac and cheese. Look closer with keen eye. You squint in the darkness of the pantry. Behind the mouldy bread, a single book lies forgotten. A thin layer of dust collects on its cover. You pick it up. All Home Gourmet. You flip to a bookmarked page. Teddy's favourite, serve on toast with plain crackers. Cast brain, aspic. Both cast brain and aspic are unappetizing enough on their own, and you can only imagine how vile the combination would be. What kind of person would call this their favourite food? No wonder your mum ran far, far away from this place. You shut the book and put it back in its place. Examine the mac and cheese. You pick up a box of Tabitha's mac and cheese. You can't say you've ever seen this brand before. Oh, it's Kraft mac and cheese. No, like, put it back. Stay away from your mac and cheese was one of your cousin's harder rules, and he already seems not to like you. Right here, you put it back where you found it, reluctant to make things worse, what they already are. Take the peanut butter. The king of nut butters, and only 3% of each jar is mussed up cockroaches. Take the bread. You pick up a non-molded loaf of bread. Great, one step closer to a satisfying snack. Last ingredient you need to make PB&J. Time to get to work. Close the pantry. As best you can, return back to the rest of the kitchen. Like she said, the cat would come to us if it wanted cuddles, so we're not going to basically mess with it. We've searched all that. Make a PB&J. Despite the state of the horrendous kitchen, you successfully combined 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, protein awaits. A job well done. All that hassle, and it took you less than a minute to eat it. The rest of the day lies in front of you. Yeah, let's check out the garden. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. I don't think you want to go out there after all. Are you even up to date on your tetanus shots? Some nice statues. Return to the kitchen. You close the door behind you, return to the kitchen. Let's see. Approach Frou-Frou. The cat heads at you, draw near, but remains firmly in place. There's a clear Frou-Frou spot on the counter. Back away. You back away from Frou-Frou, trying not to make any sudden movements. Okay, you're done here. Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do now? Settle into your room. Now that you've finally eaten, the aches and pains of your journey has started to sink deep into your bones. You stumble up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Let's put the spare clothes in the dresser. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. And a possum lurks within. It's quiet but angry. Gently smack the possum. Go on, git. You gently hit the creature with the palm of your hand, attempting to scare it out of the drawer. It immediately curls up into feet, feigning death to get you to leave it alone. You give up and close the drawer, the creature will not be moved. You open the top drawer next. It's empty, as good a place as you can find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you've been better off keeping your clothes in a nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. Check the closet. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of the closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in there. Pick up the doll. Of course, you said a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads property of Alexandria. No need to carry this around with you. You close the closet behind you. Look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you would totally get out there with a shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You go out there and You would go out there, pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you needed to do to return it to a former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by a fountain, which of course would have been little goldfish in it, and drink floral tea while enjoying birdsong. Yep, you'd definitely do that, just not right now. Examine the painting on the wall. This must be the old relatives of yours, very old, judging by the dates on the inscription. You never heard of her, but barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. Yeah, let's take a nap. You've earned it. You've immediately collapsed into the bed. You're tired enough that being alone in a strange new place won't stop you from passing out. Or so you thought. You cough as a small cloud of dust rises from the mattress. The sheets might be fresh, but everything beneath them might have been around to see the dawn of civilization. You try to settle in, but the bed is lumpy and in strange places, and you can feel the springs pressing through the fabric. You might be tired, but you're far from tired enough to get in more than a few minutes of uncomfortable napping. Now maybe you might, okay, so that's enough. You don't seem like there's much else for you to do right here, right now. Investigate the forbidden wings of the estate. Well, she basically asked us not to, and this place seems dangerous without her. This is the thing, like people do this in books, but like people don't do this in real life. I don't do it in real life, so if I'm told not to go somewhere, I tend not to go. So might as well head to town. Now that you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. Before leaving the house, you rinse off and change into a clean shirt. You're not about to meet new people coated in vinegar and dead moths. If you'd known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop, especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension, though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Continue down the path. It's really pretty out here. Continue down the path some more. Finally, you made it back to town. The holler, as the guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but the sidewalks are cracked and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you were peering into a grave. Gretchen, come back. Quit bothering the stranger. Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc, says the woman. Pugs, he's cute. Introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Jason. And I'm Stella. Pleased to meet you. It's not often I see strange faces in the Hollow. In the Hollow. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but they don't look dusty enough for that. Let's pause. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral. maybe. None of your business, but it's like, you want to have the Scarlet for, you know, let's go, like, maybe. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. You must be Tabby's cousin then, right? That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How is she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her all alone up in that big house. I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? Kenai. Let's go. I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? I'm sorry, did I hear right? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so bubbly. She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while, I hope she's okay. She's struggling. You phrase. I don't think she's doing too well. She's been icy, but it feels like she's putting on a front. She's always been a little rough around the edges, to be honest. It's always been hard to tell if that's just the way she is, or just how she's been putting on an act her whole life. To think she's been up in that old mansion all by herself. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even if she doesn't think so herself. Thanks for letting me know, by the way. Are the two of you friends, you inquire? I was probably closer than most people have gotten to being able to call her a friend. The school here is really small, so everyone had to at least get along with everyone else. She was a grade ahead of me, but everyone knew her, especially since she's Scarlet. We wound up bonding a bit when we both were in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. Then she graduated, and that was that. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits, my treat. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast hangs heavy in the air. In the contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with comfortable din of human life. All which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realise that there's a stranger that has entered the establishment. Hey everyone, I'm Jason. What are you all looking at? Quietly slide into the nearest booth. Yeah, let's arrange that. Quietly slide into the nearest booth. You slide into the nearest booth pretending that you didn't notice anyone in the diner gawking at you like you've seen Bigfoot. No need to be shy. They don't meet many strangers. I'm kind of a big deal when someone new wanders into town, says Stella. Especially since, well, they probably all know what you're here for, and by extension, who you're related to. Even if you don't know anybody, it's not easy keeping secrets in a town this size. Keen eye. As you settle into the booth, you can't help but pick up some of the murmurs and conversations around you. Listening. Stella pets Gretchen while you take a quick look around the diner. At the counter, two policemen and a woman you assume to be the owners shoot silent glances in your direction while whispering to each other. That must be Vivian's kid. Never thought we'd actually meet him. Looks so much like her. Oh yes, says the woman. Those eyes are unmistakable, that haunted look. I'd always thought it would go away since he finally got out of this town, but I guess unhappiness was baked into her DNA. Policeman. A young mother and her syrup-stained child sit at the table across from you. Mummy, who's that? Says the child. Don't stare, Tulip. That must be Mrs. Tabitha's cousin. Oh, so that's why he looks so sad. I would look sad too if I had to have Miss Tabitha as a cousin. Do you think Tabitha's cousin is mean too? Young woman. I do not know. I'll find out next time I go visit Miss Tabitha. Are you going to finish your pancakes? They're almost cold, sweet pea. And we've got to get home to help Daddy. So that must be Jennifer, I believe. That's what they're talking about. Man at the back of the room. In the far back corner, a man sits alone at a small table, sipping coffee and reading the paper. Sigh. Why do strangers who wander into town never gorgeous blonde ladies of the appropriate age? Why is it always coal boys, punks, and whippersnappers? Lastly, a group of coal miners sit hunched around the corner booth, readily scoffing down heaping plates of food. What do you think? Another young'un looking for the mine work? No way, clearly didn't got the stomach for it, says the second miner. It's got to be the boss's cousin. There's that funeral this week, if I remember right, for old Miss Pelena. Third miner, may she rot in peace. First miner, let the lady rest, Lloyd. One shouldn't speak ill of the dead, no matter how foul they were, especially before they've been so much as laying to rest. Third miner, if you'd been around her in her heyday, you'd be speaking ill of her too, Tommy. He's right. Nicest woman I've ever met. That Tabitha is a blessing compared to her, said the second miner. Fourth miner, cursed a whole lot of them. May ever Scarlet burn in hell. That's enough of that, you think to yourself. Hey, Stella. I went ahead and fixed up you a coffee, says a gentleman who walks over. The great to place a cup of specially brewed coffee in front of Stella. Ah, sucks. Thanks, Avery. Avery, and here's some bacon for the little lady. Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. Anything for you? Isn't bacon bad for dogs, you say? Isn't bacon bad for dogs? Gretchen's like one of those 120-year-old ladies who had a daily glass of wine her whole life. So why stop now? Maybe it's been a secret to her longevity. Anyway, don't worry. I always keep an eye on her diet. And we make sure only to give her the leaner cuts. I gotta go in a sec. Want anything while I'm still here? How much is the coffee? You inquire. $1, but it gets you unlimited refills. Cool. Can you throw in a biscuit too? Sweet, I have a cup, thanks. And could you throw in a biscuit too? I hear they're really good. Avery, best in the county. Avery pours a fragrant brew into the cup mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, and I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have a chance to respond, they're gone. Glad you took my advice with the biscuit. You won't regret it. Anyway, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there's any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but they do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery's throwing a party Saturday night, so there's a fun thing to look forward to. And that's the weekly Sunday Potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Is that like a church thing? Is the Potluck a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No, the Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. A non-religious community in the south, I get that. That's a shame. Hell yeah, religion sucks. Let's say I get that. I get that. I'm not the church-going persuasion myself. Same with me. Whatever feeling some folks get in church, I think that must be feeling I get when I look up at the sky at night on a night hike. That feels of peace and wholeness. But that's not to say we're in a town of heathens or anything like that. There are plenty of good God-fearing folks around, they just ain't fans of the church. Well, the building's fine, but the pastor's another story. There's just something a little off about the guy. You get what I mean if you ever meet him. And unfortunately you probably will. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill the time for the rest of the week? Do you have something in mind? Let's go keen-eyed. Do you have something in mind? Something tells me that this is a loaded question and you've got something in mind. Was I being that obvious, says Stella. My job means I spend a lot of time in the woods with a camera, and it's always better when someone else is there to... Before Stella finishes, Avery returns biscuit in tow. Here's your biscuit. Winner says it's on the house. She sends her condolences. Thank you. It looks great. You didn't have to do that. Oh, you don't have to do that. It looks great, you say. No worries. Hope you enjoy it. You pick up the biscuit, it's delicate and fluffy, and it nearly crumbles at your touch. Buttery warmth emanates from its surface. You take a bite, it melts in your mouth, as if nothing but butter suspends in a thick, thin matrix of dough. See, this is the difference between being from Britain and being in America. What in America they call a biscuit, we would call a scone. So I'm basically having a scone right now. Truly, this is the perfect biscuit. Whoa. Whoa. This is the best biscuit I've ever had, but that's not saying much. Let's go with whoa. Whoa, this is a really good biscuit. Whoa. I'm glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Haha, Avery, I'm not famous. Look, if you're not going to go around tooting your own horn, you know I'm going to do it for you, says Avery. Stella sighs. I'm a YouTuber, says Stella. Wait, what? What kind of videos do you do? Whoa, that's rad. Okay. How do you make money? You and everyone else. Let's say, what kind of videos do you do? Cool, what kind of videos do you do? She hunts cryptids. Cryptids, I believe, are sort of strange creatures. Like cryptids in like, if you follow any of this sort of folklore or sort of supernatural stuff, like cryptids are sort of like creatures from from the supernatural element of things. You should really check out her channel, Jason. It's amazing. Wait, how do you know my name? You say. Wait, how did you know my name? Oh, sorry, it's just that most people in town know about you. Sorry, says Avery. I'm sure that must seem creepy. Ah well, I guess it's a cat out of the bag. The Hollow's a small place, everybody knows everybody, and that includes extended family. Oh no, who's been talking about me? Oh no, who's been talking about me? I've never met this side of the family. What would they even talk about? Your aunt must have been getting it from somewhere. She was always on about something you're up to. Oh, oops, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have said anything. Stella, what matters is that now people can meet the real you, so it doesn't matter that Paulina may or may not have said. You can always make a good first impression and wipe the slate clean with the whole town, says Avery. Oh god, what was he saying? Let's go with oh god, what's he saying about me? Oh god, what's he saying about me? The two of them, they're exchanging looks, this is not good. Ah jeez, look, I'm sorry I said anything. Don't worry about it. Paulina was a gossip and would do this sort of thing with everyone. Spreading weird little rumours about folks was kind of a trademark. Anyway, weren't we in the middle of talking about Stella's illustrious YouTube career? Sigh, I guess we were, weren't we? I think the best video to start with would be that river one, not the lake, but you know, the controversial one. Oh yeah, the Chitterweeba River Runner. I didn't expect much out of that footage at the time, but it wound up being my most popular video by far. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known from a single sighting. Two Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I have to go on. But when I wound up catching this on camera, Stella pulls out a phone and shows you a clip of something in the river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even capybara that must have escaped from the local wildlife sanctuary. I'm still not sure what it was, and I'm not one who saw the thing with my own two eyes. Oh, that looks like a mountain lion. Let's go with keen eye. Despite the shaky camera footage, you can clearly make out the shape of the creature's head and relative body proportions. You're pretty sure that it's a mountain lion. I think that's a mountain lion. Can't you see its little kitty-like cat ears? No, no way. It's absolutely not a mountain lion. There's no mountain lions this far east. I did a whole video on the Appalachian mountain lion myth and found jack squat. And that's no reason one would be swimming in the river like this. They're not fans of water. And the body is too long. No way. Personally, I'm a fan of capybara theory, says Avery. So it's not like any local sanctuaries are missing one, but there's always people keeping exotic animals as pets. kind of sewer gator type situation. Aha, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set us free, and now forever, and now it will forever roam the Catawaba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTuber commentators for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We haven't even have to camp anywhere. I'm going to go after the... Avery interrupts. No spoilers. Whoops, sorry Avery. It's okay, I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends, so you're around. Now that the coast is clear, says Stella, I'm going after the stunk ape. What stunk ape? Isn't that just the worst Bigfoot? Heck yeah. What stunk ape? What stunk ape, you say? It's like Bigfoot, but smellier. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I'm doing research from last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug of war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say? Want to tag along? Hold a camera for me while I narrate against a darkening sky, that sort of thing. That depends. Will Gretchen be there, you inquire? That depends. Will Gretchen be there? Oh, of course. It's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out with me. So no more. I'm in, you say. That's going to be a lot of fun. I actually started to channel with a couple of buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be the blast from the past. Me, Kinniker and Reese running around the woods, flipping over rocks and bothering salamanders. Our videos were terrible, but we had a lot of fun, and that's all that mattered to us. You know, that gets me thinking, I wonder if you've been down to come along with us. Get the old gang back together. Well, I guess Kanaka has to close out the general stores tonight, so I'm pretty sure he's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out on his hidey hole, if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Hey Reese, dude, what's up? Feel like it's been forever. There's a long pause. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or more pausing? Okay, if you're really sure, but if you change your mind. Never pause. Oh, I was just going to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met someone cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know, yeah, just here for the week, she says. Anyway, we're going to go and have a look for the stunk ape. Let's pause. We could take the easy trail, if that would help. Another pause. Dang man, that sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Another pause. Haha, yeah, I'll bring him. Take to you soon. Bye, bud. There's sadness on her face. Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? Excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in the town are. You okay? You inquire? Me? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm worried about Reese. He had a lot going on in the past, 10 years or so, but I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about it really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious, you'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'll be nice. You go like, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how much I should commit to doing this weekend. That's fair, but if you find you have time, I'd love to meet you and I think you'll get along. But we can talk about making friendship plans later. For now, we've got a stunk ape to hunt. So, we should probably head out if we want to make it to the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. After all, it seems everyone in town had heard awful things about you from your now deceased aunt. Leave a generous tip. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You should move at the bill and place it on the table inconspicuously. Ah, that's awesome of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Starley turns to lead down and you follow close behind. And I think this is a good place to end it, folks. It's been a very cold your first arrival in town, but the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, and a chill descends on the hollow, and you see satisfaction with you see the situation with new clarity. But I think this is where we're going to end it for today, folks. As a first intro to this franchise, I look forward to it. The writing seems really good, the characters seem interesting, and I can't wait to see what happens. I've been Cornish-knight, this has been the Scarlet Hollow, and I see you all again next time. Goodbye!